Hello, Nathaniel Gavronsky here, and to the good people of Centerville, Iowa, I have a really interesting piece of history for you. See, when Centerville was originally laid out in 1845 by John Stratton, it had a different name. It wasn't until 1855 when the incorporation papers reached the state capitol's office that the name Centerville appeared. Now, originally the town was spelled Senterville, Centerville. But the clerk thought, well, these poor people out here don't know how to spell English, and changed the S to a C. But the town is actually named after William Tandy Senter, the gentleman right here. Mr. Senter was born on May 12, 1801 in Bean Station, Tennessee, actually the oldest town in Tennessee. It was founded in 1776 as an outpost during the Revolutionary War. Mr. Senter was a Methodist preacher. He was also a very prominent farmer here in the area, and he was very heavily involved in local politics. So in the Constitutional Convention here for the state of Tennessee that took place in the summer of 1834, he was a prominent member of that meeting. That Constitution, which was ratified by Congress in 1835, is actually what led to the building of the state capitol in Nashville, Tennessee, because that Constitution required Tennessee to have a permanent capital because it kept rotating around like 4 different cities. And so he has the legacy of being part of the Constitutional Convention of the mid-1830s. He was part of the anti-Jacksonian movement within the Whig Party. Now, Jackson was a member of Congress, a Supreme Court justice, and a U.S. Senator from Tennessee before becoming president from Tennessee. And a lot of his policies end up, as far as the eyes of many people in Tennessee, were devastating. So a lot of people in Tennessee, which was a Democratic stronghold before Jackson, became an anti-Jacksonian Whig stronghold during Jackson's term, as well as through his successor Van Buren's and his protege James K. Polk left the speakership in the House of Representatives to come back to Tennessee to try to bring the tide back to the Jacksonian Democrats, and he ultimately failed. Senter was part of that anti-Jacksonian movement. He ran for Congress and became a member of Congress in 1843 and served one term, leaving office in 1845. This was all done during the time of James K. Polk's presidency. So the chances are that this young man here met James K. Polk on numerous occasions. So Polk County, which is where Des Moines is named after James K. Polk. These two probably knew each other. Now, after his time in Congress, he returned back to Panther Spring, which is now mostly Morristown here in Tennessee. Morristown kind of overgrew Panther Spring, and Mr. Senter here passed away on August 28th, 1848, a little under a year before James K. Polk would pass away. His legacy is, well, obviously the name of Centerville, Iowa, but he had a son named DeWitt Senter, and DeWitt actually would become governor of Tennessee, and as a Whig, one of the last Whigs actually within the Tennessee history. And one of the things that he did was he actually promoted the kind of reunification of the citizens of Tennessee. See, after the war, ex-Confederates couldn't vote. And that caused a lot of problems because you had half the state who was disenfranchised from voting. So one of the things that his son did was re-enfranchise every male aged 21 and up, regardless if they were black or white, and regardless if they served in the Union Army or the Confederate Army. And that led to his, re-election, because DeWitt actually advanced to the governorship through the process of advancing. The governor resigned. The junior Senter was actually the Speaker of the Senate, which is technically in most states like the lieutenant governor. And so he was advanced to the governor's office, and he worked on reunifying Tennessee through being allowing everyone to vote. So the Senter family has some prominence here in the state of Tennessee, but I wanted everyone in Centerville to get to meet the person that their town is named after. His other son, who is also William Tandy Senter Jr., is here. His daughter, his wife, and a few other members of his family are here. And I just wanted to bring this to you. I thought it'd be really interesting to see the grave marker of the town, for the person that the town's named after. Unfortunately, Chief Appanoose is buried somewhere in Kansas at an unmarked grave, so I probably won't be able to bring you that one, but I wanted to bring you this one. So from Eastern Tennessee, from the former 2nd District, Congressional District of Tennessee in the 1840s, this is Nathaniel Gavronsky telling you to stay healthy, stay wealthy, and as always, stay wise, Centerville.